Entire reading I just filmed, deleted, and now just started recording on its own again, so I guess I have to do it again. I can't repeat that again, but I'm going to. And I feel like that's actually symbolic for the entire reading that I just did. It's nothing that you did or didn't do. If I cut you off, that just means I care. I feel like you've been trying to figure out why someone cut you off, why someone pulled away, why even maybe you, roles reverse, are in a situation where it's like, no, there's nothing wrong with it. I just can't be in it. Like, this isn't really what I really want. I feel like you're able to see hindsight 2020, but also multiple sides to a certain experience, meaning you've been the one who felt like it was abandoned, then you've been the one who did the quote-unquote abandoning, which really was, I feel like, for further validation and further understanding as to you weren't really being abandoned. There's just something better for both of you. It doesn't even feel like it suffices. Interestingly enough, I feel like when I was channeling the last reading, it was so much more empowering and so much more purposeful, and I got the answer, and I feel like maybe a part of you isn't ready for the true answer. Maybe there's a part of you that still has to understand what it really means to be in this state of being. Maybe you're not ready for freedom past this experience. Maybe there's still a part of you that has to understand what the resentment is, what the grief is, what the judgment is, what the blame is, to finally come to the truth of it, to see beyond what you've known and tune into something greater. Because it's like when I keep asking for the truth, based in limited thinking, I'm going to keep getting a limited answer, the same type of answer over and over again. And on a soul level, you know that doesn't suffice. But at the same time, the truth of the reason why this is happening, why it's showing up in the way that it is, why you're experiencing it, is something that I feel like it wouldn't suffice for you. Like, it would be like that, there's more to it. When really what was coming through, even in the last reading, was using logic and reason to understand someone or something is only going to keep you limited in your own experience. You're only going to be able to base it off of what you've been through and what you've gone through, not really what the truth is. It keeps you away from your magic. It keeps you away from your power. It keeps you away from your ability to alchemize situations and come back into your inner knowing, into your inner being, into your sovereignty, into your higher self, it keeps you limited. It keeps you trapped in the 3D. It keeps you stuck in the South Node energy, especially Venus, relationship cycles and patterns that continue to reiterate and regurgitate. It's exhausting. I feel like you've been through the same type of feeling of being abandoned or feeling not enough or feeling indebted to someone who clearly didn't fulfill their end of the bargain, 222. And it feels like it's been a 10-year thing, even if there's been other relationships in the midst of it. It's like no matter what I do, I keep ending up here. And it's not because of what you're doing. It's because of what you're aligning with and what you're unconsciously and unknowingly, and even knowingly sometimes, choosing. Thinking that there's nothing better. Choosing someone who's petty. Choosing someone who makes you prove yourself. Choosing someone who doesn't actually hear you when you're speaking. You could be extremely good at communicating, but it feels like the message isn't actually put across. It's like you keep aligning people who don't actually listen. Or it's like they're distracted. So it's like, what'd you say? You deserve someone who listens, but this is the thing. If you're not listening to the truth, which will set you free, you're going to keep aligning people who also won't listen to your truth too. Because it feels like I'm so afraid with alienness. I'm so afraid of being different or being pushed out, rejected, that I would rather force myself to align with people who I don't actually resonate with, because I feel like that's where the acceptance will be, because I witnessed it in elementary school, middle school, preschool, that when you are of the pack, you're accepted. And I don't want to be away from it. So it's like I'd rather be who I'm not and surround myself with people who aren't even a match to me and wonder why I keep aligning with people who I don't understand. Because maybe you're meant for more. It's like that fear of abandonment. And then the abandonment card came out. Open contact, stubbornness, courageousness, arrogance, beyond wisdom. It feels like until you drop out of ego and into soul, you'll forever feel like a victim of circumstance. Until you do the hypnosis. My mom literally does this for a living, helps people reprogram, especially relationship issues and traumatic experiences. She single-handedly got herself out of an intense experience, multiple, that I witnessed as a child. She does this for a living. I'm going to plug her because it's important. Joe Dispenza, Wayne Dyer, Louise Hay, there's so many people who will help you if you're really ready to break out of the relationship cycle, because all it's going to do is keep making you feel like you're fighting yourself. You're fighting the world. Feeling like you're aligning with people who are looking at you like you're stuck in this fishbowl. Like they have more room to explore, or it's their world and you're just living in it. What kind of world is that? 444. No. Someone who, it's like, if I cut you off, that just means I care. Even then, no matter what, even aligning with people who make you feel like they're more mature than you are, or combat you, even age difference. There's something to do with like whatever age I'm aligning with is something that I need healing from. Whatever age that I feel when I'm in the situation is where I'm ready to heal. Because even then, reach out to me, please. I'm scared you're moving on. It's like this unhealthy attachment to someone who shows up, does more than enough, can't actually fulfill the role of a family or can't fulfill the role of a partnership. And so they dip out and they feel regret for that. They just carry the guilt and the shame and the sadness about it forever and still infiltrate your energy. You don't have to keep living in accordance to that cycle. Because that feels like a cycle that will never end until you end it. Especially with I never should have let you go. I want to see you so bad. It keeps the high and the low and the high and the low active. But how long can that really sustain itself before it becomes a physical matter? Because emotions, when they're left unchecked and suppressed, they have to show up in a different way. Whether that be through acne, which is bouts of anger that's unexpressed. Stomach aches, which is the inability to process life. Even the nervous system, feeling on edge. Like, your body's telling you everything that needs to be known, and it's actually showing you long after your emotions already had tried to. So I feel like even with your kindness to change your life, you being your kind self isn't going to prove to someone that you're worthy of being chosen. You already are worthy of being chosen. You don't have to overcompensate, especially in the world that we're conditioned to be in, which is be your best self and they're going to want you. It's like you're in competition with everything and everyone, and you're unable to actually get what you actually want out of it, even then. So if you're not getting what you really want, fuck it. Logic and reason is only going to keep you on the same trajectory, because it's going to keep... Logic is predictable. I say this multiple times. I've said this so many times. Logic repeats, intuition expands. Magic and power is part of that intuitive center. Again, if you're really ready to see, because wait. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it was going to stick. It almost didn't, and I was like, there's no way. When I couldn't understand why I couldn't break out of a relationship cycle. I knew someone wasn't good for me. I knew the relationship wasn't what I really wanted, but I couldn't shake it, couldn't let it go. I didn't understand why. My mom immediately was like, you need to go into the Akashic Records. I didn't want to do that. Anything that we're procrastinating is usually for our highest and best. I put it off for so long, finally did it. When I went in there, I saw the roles were reversed. I was a man, they were a woman. I kept going to war. Probably why I hate it so much now. And she begged me, she's like, I cannot do this again. If you do this one more time, I'm going to be gone when you come back. Like, I can't handle not knowing when will my husband return from war. And I was like, I have to go. So then when I came back, they were gone. I was like, devastated, didn't understand why. Hello, 2 + 2 does equal 4, babe. It's pretty easy to see that when someone says they're going to do something and they do it, it's no shock. So what I'm saying is, in this life, I was able to see the other side, why I was hopelessly devoted to the situation, even though it wasn't good for me. Why it felt like career kept being a priority in their relationship, in our relationship, over my needs, whatever. And not even in a selfish way. It was crazy, okay? Things that no one would be okay with. Anyway, I was able to understand why. I was not only in it, but putting up with it, accepting it, even though it felt like it was torture. And I'm dramatic, but it's serious. I literally felt like it was so hard. Every day was so hard. Oh my God, thank God that's over. So, if I wasn't open to understanding a higher truth or even taking accountability in any regard, I wouldn't have been able to accept that or see that or honor that. But because I was like, I'm so fucking fed up with this cycle, I'm ready to be done with it. Show me. I deserve to be the happiest version of Kayleigh. Exactly. And you know what? It's 12:12 on the clock and I have 77% battery. So with this, it's like a lot of the times it's so easy to blame someone. It's like, you're an idiot. You're not giving me what I want. Why can't you just give me what I want? But then it's like, there's so much more to the story, especially with that South Node in Venus, baby. If you thought you're going to come back to this life and not have to play out karmic entanglements and see something from a new perspective or understand somebody else's side from a past life, from past experience, or even family line, what did we come to Earth for? This place is a school. Ultimately, we were able to gain power from it. You just have to know the ways of the game, baby. The game of life and how to play it.